Hello everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com. It is April 22nd, Monday. Okay, I want to give you a little update as to what I'm seeing here in the charts. I actually think the move down is completed. If you look at this chart right here, I know it's a little choppy. That could be a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and some kind of choppy 5. Maybe that 5 was a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So somehow in there they got that. I guess you could probably say also that that this was the 1, the 2, and this 3 was made up of a 1, 2, 3, or an ABC inside of 3, and a 4, and then a 5. I don't care how you count it. I know Elliott wave is subjective. That's why it's not first on my list. I use it primarily to just mix in with technical analysis. And it doesn't always fit well. And there's so many subjective calls to it. So you just don't know exactly until after the fact. And you can go back and you can count it all you want. But my pen's not working, so I can't draw on here, unfortunately, without resetting my computer, and I got too many windows open to do that, so I'm too lazy, sorry. But you get the idea. If you read the blog, you know that I believe that we completed all the way from last year, from that 1343 low, we completed up to here. We completed an intermediate wave 4. An intermediate wave 3, a big long 3. I think this is it. I think this is all we're going to get. This was like 61 points from 1597 down to 1536. That's 61 points. I think that's it. I don't think we're going to go any lower. So what I think we're experiencing right now is the start of a 5-wave pattern up to complete this move, which will take us into the May the 22nd area. And I'm looking for a high around 1630. It's plus or minus 20 points. I don't really think it's going to be on the low side of 1610. I think it might be on the high side of 1650. But 1630 area, approximately May the 22nd. That's one day before Legatus. Okay? And you could also, it's a ritual 11 date. It's a double 11 date. So you can, add up all the digits in it, and you'll come up with 33. You don't add the 2 plus 2. Okay, the month is the 5th month. The year 2013 is 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 3. That equals 6. So you got 6 there in the year, and you got 5 in the month. There's your 11. Then you add it to 22. That makes 33. Well, 33 is a ritual 11 date. But 22 in itself is a daily ritual. So it's a double 11 is what I like to call it. So I think that's the highest probability. It's one day before Legatus, which is May the 23rd, Thursday, through May the 25th, which is Saturday. Now, there's also another 11 on the 29th. Obviously, that next week on Wednesday, the 29th, that would be, when you add up all those digits, you do add the 2 plus 9 because that's not a ritual number. It's not a master number, I should say. 11, 22, 33, 44, etc. Multiples of 11 are master numbers. You don't divide them. You don't add them. So anyway, so you got 29, so that's 2 plus 9 equals 11. And then you got your 5 for the month of May. And then you got 6 when you add up all the digits in the year. So there's another 11. So now you got 22. So the 29th is an 11 date too. I guess technically it's a double 11 too, because simply the date 2 plus 9 equals 11. Just on the day alone, it's an 11 there. But then when you add up all the digits, it's an 11. So either one is a double 11, and then you got Legatus smack dab in the middle of it. So somewhere in that time frame is where I'm expecting this final high to be, and I know it's coming now, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. And it is coming because of this. This just out, Barrons just put out Dow 16,000. It's nicer than to put it out on April 22nd, an 11 date. Only they're just a month off, where they're telling you May the 22nd is the date it's going to hit a high, and it's not going to hit 16,000. I'm sorry, it's going to be 1630 to 1650 is my target, and that date. Now, so I'm going to be looking for this date all the way up to the 29th, somewhere in that time frame. And you and I all know, if you're a Red Dragon Leo follower, you know that Barrons always puts these things out as a signal to tell you that the high is in. And they put out the same thing, the bear is back, when the low is in. They did that in 2009. So anyway, after it goes, I'm looking for 300 to 400 points down in a crash wave. Could go even more. I just don't know where the bottom's going to be. We got a low at 1266. After that, we got, I don't know, 1073. I never thought about it, but so the 1266 one would obviously be about 400 points. The 1063 or something like that, I think, would end up being about 600 points. So it could go that low. But I think this is not only the high for the year of 2013, but the high for this market for a long time. I think this is the final high. I am expecting a move down into late next year to retest the 666 low in the next year. I'm expecting next year to be very bearish. And our final low, I'm still saying it's going to be around Dow 4000 and Dow or S&P 400 area. And so the date is the 22nd. It could be the 29th, but I want to throw this out there for you just to let you know the signal is here. They're telling you the high is in. I'll put that on the blog as well for you guys to look at. But I want you to see this. This to me looks like a clear pattern of a bottoming tail on the 60-minute. We got a wave one up, and we're going to have this little minor two down. You can see how the 60-minute chart here, on the MACD, it's down here in the bottom right-hand corner. You see it was down to -5 or -6, and it's coming up, and it looks like it's curling back up. So all it's doing is just is dipping down, and it's gonna make a lower high here, maybe even a higher high. But these MACDs are going to go up here again, and they may very well go as high as this plus 7.5. I don't know how high they're going to go, but we're looking to get a big wave up tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't close positive today, and I expect to move up tomorrow. And where I'm looking for this to conclude is to back test this line right here. This line here comes in around 1580, and once we back test that, you can make a clear pattern for head and shoulders, with this top here being the head, and this over here being the left shoulder, and then that area being the right shoulder. And if you do, a lot of people are going to think we're just going to drop down and take out the 1536 low. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's going to be the biggest trick of all. I think what's going to happen is, after this thing completes and hits for this one wave up, I think this is just going to be a one wave. This is going to be a larger one wave, but it's going to be made up of smaller waves. So maybe it's an A, B, a C in it. I don't care how you want to do it, Elliott wave, or you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do it five waves inside of one wave. Okay, ever how you want to call it, I don't care. My target is this zone right here, this 1580 area. At that time, I think it could be a safe short for a larger 2 coming back down, but I do not think it's going to take out this low. I think they'll probably stop at anywhere between 1560 as low as 1540. Depends on how much they want to trap the bears and squeeze them. If they get enough at 1560, they may turn it right back up. If they don't get up at 1560, they may come on back down here and hit 1540 area, or 1545, something like that. Just as long as they don't go below the 1536, then they've made a valid wave 2 down, meaning you got 1536 to 1580 for your wave 1, and then 1580 down to something above 1536 for a wave 2, and that will probably take us into towards the end of the month. Okay, and then after that, expect a reversal and a powerful wave 3 up to come back up and retest the 1597 high. And I think that's going to be somewhere in mid-May by the time that happens. Then once you retest that, obviously you're going to get a lot of bears shorted because it's a double top. You will back off and drop back down for a wave 4, and a lot of people will think that that's, you know, the wave down. It's a double top, it's over, and they'll be wrong. I really believe that. I really believe these people are going to trick everyone. So is it safe to short at the double top? Sure, but understand that if we hit 1596 or 1597 or even 1600, understand when they drop it back down, I'm only looking for 20 points to maybe 40 points for that 4th wave down, and then we'll see a final 5th wave up to 1630 to 1650. That should put us into the May 22nd time frame, because they're going to take this high out. They have to. They have to trick you. Okay? And you can look at this on a yearly scale here as well. So just want everybody to be aware that if you short at 1580 area when this trend line is back tested, and you can see it right here, and you can see when this line here on the daily at least, this is a horizontal previous high line. I don't know where it goes back to, but it was a resistance line, and then you got this one here rising, where we fell out of this rising wedge. It's common to back test it. It's very common to back test it. Then you go down and you can see the head and shoulders here much clearer. But do expect them to trick you. Okay? Now, as far as these candle patterns, I want you to know, if you looked at this candle pattern, I bet you I could go back to the year 2000 and I'll not find a single candle pattern over 25 points in one direction, whether it's down or up, closed at the low, which that did, or closed at the top, which the following day did, and did not have a continuation move the next day. I'm telling you, that's the trickiest move I've ever seen them do. Look at this one here. You can see this one here closed at the low. The next day you put in a little bit lower low, then you started your rally. It's momentum, folks. It is momentum. You can't stop a car on a dime and throw it in reverse and go the other direction. You can't do it. You got to stop. You got to coast it to a stop, slam it on the brakes, throw it in reverse, your tires are spinning to try to get back the other way. And that's what this is. You know, you're going straight down the hill in a car, then you put it in reverse and try to go back up. Same thing here. Look at this one here. Same scenario. And then a lower low the next day. Any of these candles. Here's this one here. Closed at the bottom. Low. Lower low the next day. Solidness, looking for solid red candles. Here's the solid up day. You know, closed at the high. Higher high the next day. Any of these candles we go. See these bottoming tails? This one is not quite. That one is close, but that one had a little bit of a bottoming tail, so you really wasn't sure when you looked at that one that it wasn't going to rally a little bit the next day. Did have a tiny bottoming tail. It wasn't a full close at the bottom. This one was, and then you see the nice bottoming tail here, okay, on that date, and then this one here was, and then you see another one here. Anyway, it just goes on and on and on. This is the extreme manipulation right now. It's very tricky. So that's why I want you guys to be very aware of this, that you know you're likely going to get caught trying to short this right shoulder, thinking that that's going to break the 1536. I'm telling you, I'm thinking a lot more like these gangsters, and I do not think that thing annoys the crap out of me. I do not think they're going to let that happen. Okay, here's the all-time chart all the way down to 1929, or the 1932 low when Roosevelt devalued the dollar, and everybody turned in their $20 gold pieces, and a week or two later, when they reopened the bank, they reset them at $35. They did it at the low, after the market crashed. Okay, so don't expect that to happen until we bottom. That's maybe 2016. Here's this big long support line. Boom, 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 boom. Where's that come in? 350. 350 area. Right there's 338. Right there's 372. Where is that? That's right there in the 1990, 91, and the 1987 top. That's for the crash area. That's why I think that's where we're going by 2017 or something like that. So. But that's it. So guys, I just will sit on your toes until 1580. Then you take your short and just get out before it even gets close to 1536. Don't expect it. And I don't know if you want to take a long or not. I'm not much on the long side here, but I tell you what, if we get to 1540, I might consider doing a long into May 22nd. Okay, good luck everyone. I'm out of time. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the blog.